Hey everyone, I just wanted to go ahead and jump right into reviewing the 4 web apps that I chose for this module's assignments. The first one that I want to talk about is called Show Me. It operates very similarly to like a screencast. This little button right here in the top allows you to record whatever you're doing on the screen. I'm not going to click record right now because I'm already recording using my screencast app, but it picks up audio and whatever visual the student is writing on this screen. The reason why I like this so much is that we do a lot of explain your thinking in 5th grade, and I could see myself using this maybe in like a center or as an exit tool to where if I've taught something and I pose the question for the students, they can go online, go onto this app and not only show their work, but they could also explain as well. It's pretty user-friendly. You have the option here where you can tap anywhere and add text. You can also, obviously, whatever you write, you can go in and erase it pretty easily. You also have the option to take photos and embed them, or you can choose a photo and add it as well. The thing that I like a lot about it too is that they can quickly change from page to page just by hitting this little arrow. It seems like something that would be really easy for my kids to use in a different way for them to express their understanding of a concept other than just with paper and pencil. Sometimes I have differentiation for some of my kids that are not great writers. They could use this tool to either type something out and then explain it as well, or solve a math problem and then also explain it as well. I could definitely see me using this in my classroom for sure. The next one that I want to go into is called Google Hangouts. And I'm not going to lie, I picked this one because first I picked it because I just liked the name of it. I thought it sounded really cool, Google Hangouts. And after playing around with it for a little bit, I realized I could really use this in my class. Not just on an everyday basis, like in class, but I could also use this now. I don't know if a lot of you have gone to at-home digital learning with your kids. We use Seesaw with my district, which works pretty well. But this way I can, the way that I played around with it is that I could create different groups for my literature circles and we could have our conversation here. It's almost like instant message with a group of people. So if you can look, or if you can see here, I broke up each of my groups into the books that we're reading in class. So right now we're on a World War II unit. So I have The Book Thief, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, and Diary of Anne Frank, and we can communicate back and forth to one another. I can pose a question to them, and then they just come and, type their answers below. And we can kind of communicate back and forth, kind of like instant message. So I thought this was really cool. I will definitely be using this in the future to digitally communicate with my lit circles, especially when I give them homework. This would be a great way for them to read the chapters that were assigned and then still have a discussion at home without physically having to be in class to see one another. I think that's one thing that is really not used as much. Teachers normally, if they're giving students the opportunity to read a book that they're interested in at home, then they have these paper and pencil menus or like reading logs and things like that. And there's so many other ways that you can incorporate technology and reading at home or in your classroom to where they don't have to have pencil and paper. So I really liked this tool for sure. The next one that I want to dive into, this one is called ThingLink. That's hard to say. ThingLink. But I liked this one so much because it allows you to integrate. If you can see the little widget up here, it has like a pencil for drawing, a little word bubble for like speech, music, or like video clips. So I was just playing around with it, and I have this cute little Yoda meme. And as you can see, like you can change the size. of it. You can move them around. If you click somewhere on there, you can add a text link, you can take a video, you can record audio. Also, there's options to share. You can share it to Twitter, you can email it, or you can save it. I don't want to do any of that just yet. Well, I'll go ahead and save them. And it posts it to almost like a grid for your class to look at. So say if we were learning about, like plants and animals, they could, or plants and animal cells, excuse me, they could have taken a picture of a plant or animal cell or downloaded it from online and added video of them talking about it, or added a video clip from YouTube that explains it, and then they could post it to the class board, and then everyone can see it or play it out and watch it. So that's, again, another way that students can showcase their knowledge without actually having to just sit down and take a test or answer questions on a worksheet, or just reading in a book. They can actually take their knowledge and turn it into like a digital product. The last one that I wanted to go over, it's called Pages, and this is already on my iPad, but I never really paid it really much attention because I didn't realize all of its capabilities. But it's much like the ThingLink app that I just showed you, except this one you can add a photo or a video directly into it. So I'm going to use cute little baby Yoda again, and you can drag him and make him smaller or larger. You can also smart annotate the image. So say if you were, again, drawing from my 5th grade experience, we're learning about plant and animal cells, you could pose a picture on Pages, and students can come and maybe label the diagram if you want them to. I mean, it just depends on whatever skill that you're working on. And you can kind of get an understanding of their knowledge without, again, paper and pencil. I am a teacher. If I can put it into digital form and they can do it that way, I'm going to do that. I hate the copy machine. I hate printing out page after page after page for them to take a test or show their knowledge when I can put it in another form that's a little bit more meaningful. Also, another way that I thought would be nice to use this is notes for my students, especially in science and math. I could definitely see myself using this for them to take notes. If I were maybe perhaps going over fractions, and I could have a doodle page for them that they could actually take notes right on top of this, on top of the picture, on top of the information that I pushed out to them. I really found all of these apps to be super helpful. I have seen some of these apps before. I just didn't dive in to really see what capacity that I could use them in my own classroom. But after playing around with them and exploring them, I could definitely see me using all of these in my classroom. And I think my kids would actually be a little bit more engaged as well, because they are able to put their tech skills to good use instead of just typing out their papers or using Seesaw, which they love. But it's time to step the game up a little bit and try something new.